Welcome to the Reality Revolution. It is a perfect day to read some amazing channelings from the Arcturian Council. The Arcturian Council are a group of higher dimensional beings channeled by Daniel Scranton. I am reading from the book Ascension, The Shift to the Fifth Dimension, Volume 5, the 9D Arcturian Council. These channelings have been so much fun to read. They talk about ascension and reality creation, energy, love, service, our galactic connections, and so much more. This channeling focuses on a variety of topics, including you, the awakened, and the newly awake. Stand in your power and do this. Start doing this right now. This is true in all realities. Be more abundant and have more abundance. This is your job, your purpose, no matter what, and so much more. You, the awakened, and the newly awake. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very pleased to be witnessing the awakening of so many individuals there on Earth. Just as we take so much joy in watching those of you who have already awakened as you continue to blossom and become higher versions of yourselves, the world that you live in does not encourage this, and so you really do have to go against the grain to be true to yourselves as fifth dimensional beings. You must lovingly say no to people who want you to join them in condemning someone else or some group, because at your core you do know that unity and oneness are a part of your ascension. You do not get to where you're going by putting yourself or anyone else into a nice, neat little box. Boxes have walls, and you are not there to further engage in separation and segregation. You are there to foster love and integration. And so when we talk about you furthering your evolution of consciousness, this is what we mean. You must see the opportunities that are in front of you every day for doing this. And the good news is, those of you who are awake and have tuned in more of your emotional bodies, you are sensitive, you are empathic. You know when something feels good to you and when something feels off. When something doesn't feel right, this is a clue to you that it's time to let go of whatever it is you're thinking about, whatever it is you're putting your attention on. It just doesn't serve you, and it doesn't serve that overall goal that every single person has of ascending. To ascend is to become closer to source energy, and source energy is everything and everyone. So if you see someone offering you an invitation to join them in pushing against some person or some group, some ideology, then you simply have to politely decline to be a part of that movement. Being aware of such movements helps you to recognize what is needed there on Earth. You need more of this. You need more people who are wanting to come together. And when people are newly awake, they tend to recognize this. People want to find their tribe, their soul family. And those of you who are receiving this message most certainly have been at that point or are at that point now. So you can do this just as much as anyone else can. You can decide that you are going to start a group or a movement that is about uniting humanity in spite of all the differences that you have. You can have different opinions about what is right and ethical to eat and still be united with other people. You can have different opinions about who has the better political ideas and still be united with those individuals you disagree with. You don't have to let any belief separate you. Instead, as you focus on what unites you, which is the truth that we are all one, then you attract to you more individuals who believe that as well and who want to live that in their daily lives. When you start to think about that as a goal or as a mission, then you need not look any further than your own circle of family, friends, and colleagues. And you know that you can come together with those individuals based on the truth they are source and so are you. And you can get past any differences you have because you are ready to rise above all that. And you are the ones to invite others to do so as well. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Stand in your power and do this. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very familiar with humanity's thoughts and thought patterns. We are very familiar with prevailing belief systems. and belief systems that go against the grain, so to speak. We enjoy very much seeing someone there on Earth taking control of what it is they are putting out energetically and what it is they are believing in. We are very excited to see how many awakened individuals have broken free from the norm, and yet we invite you to go even further. Go beyond where you are right now with what you're willing to believe in, and change your thoughts, even if the new thought you're thinking seems illogical to your very rational mind. In order to break free from a pattern, a loop, you must be willing to recognize that you are in a loop, and that the freedom that is there for you is freedom worth tapping into. You're always free because you have the free will to choose whether to go down the same path again and again, or you also have the choice of breaking free. You have the choice of determining for yourself what is the best path for you. And we are not just talking about actions here. We are also talking about the words spoken. Speak words out loud that you want the universe to hear and that you want all of your helpers to hear. If you start going down a negative thought train, don't beat yourself up. But do say out loud, stop, cancel, clear, reset, and then begin again with a new stream of thought that you want to go down, that you want to employ as your means of creating your reality. We are very familiar with those of you who are willing to go against the grain, and you are wonderful beings to co-create with. We are eager and excited to see more and more of you doing this, because we know what is possible for humanity. We know the type of lives that are available to you if you're willing to make small changes in the way you perceive reality and in the way you react to reality. And making those small changes will affect the way you create reality and experience reality. And when you have all of that taken care of, you are in your power. Stand in your power and do this. Do what we are suggesting, which is to pay attention to your thoughts and beliefs and make changes where changes are necessary. Some thoughts and beliefs do serve you just as they are, and you can reinforce them. You can start thinking them more purposely, more intentionally, but in those areas where you need to do some tweaking, use your awareness to do so, and you will see the results of your efforts. We guarantee it. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Start doing this right now. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very pleased to give you the best of who and what we are with each and every energetic transmission. We know that as we do, we set an example to all of you of how to be in the world, in the universe you are creating. You do want to put your best foot forward, but your best foot forward is really your vibration. It is the energy that you put out into the universe and has nothing to do with you being perfect as a physical human being. If you love someone and you hold space for them to be more of who they really are, then it doesn't matter how disheveled you look as you do those things. You are there to become your best version of yourself as a being of unconditional love, not as a human who can produce a work of art, a book, or create a healing center. All of those things are wonderful, and you definitely need to listen to your intuition when you are being called to create anything for your fellow humans to enjoy with you. But the offering of yourself to this universe is enough of an offering. We see so many people scrunching up their foreheads in an attempt to figure out what it is they need to offer to humanity that is tangible and recognizable by others as a contribution. Just radiate love and know that you are having the impact that you want to have while simultaneously opening yourself up to more inspiration. Something that represents that love you are radiating will also come through you and be produced by you. And if you start by trying to figure out what the end product will be, then you're stuck in your head, where you are very limited in your capacity to come up with exactly what you will offer to your fellow humans. So let go of that need to figure out what your offering will be, and instead continue to open up in your heart space, because that is where you access your multidimensional self. That is where your higher consciousness exists. That is what you want to run all of your energy through. Being the highest version of yourself means coming from your heart, and you can always use your mind to remind you of that. You can always use your mind to focus on your heart, or on a tree, or a flower, or a cloud. You can use your mind to focus on anything at all that will put you in that higher vibrational state so that you can receive the inspiration. And then once you do start to create your offering to humanity, you must remain disciplined and stay in that heart space so you're not using your mind to criticize what you are doing, to second guess, and to analyze it as if it could be broken down and its value determined. Be yourselves, come from your hearts, and meet us in the reality where we are doing the same and we can co-create with you, but we are not the only ones who will do that. There are so many beings who want to collaborate with you, who want to love you and hug you and tell you how wonderful you are. And they are all capable of doing all of that because they have decided to be the highest versions of themselves, to come from their hearts, and to love, because love is who and what they are. That's what you want to use your powerful minds to focus upon. And as you let go of the trying to figure out what you should be doing, you will feel the immediate relief, and you will feel yourself being heart-centered in the very next moment. And also, we want to point out that it's still okay if you don't do anything. But you're becoming more of who you really are in every moment of every day, and so you might as well do that consciously and deliberately, and you might as well start right now. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. This is true in all realities. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very adept at taking in all your requests and bringing them all together so that none of the requests being made would cancel any of the others out. We know that it is possible for everyone there on Earth to get exactly what they want, without exception. We know this to be true because it is true. You are coming to the point now where different realities are being allowed to coexist with one another. You are coming to the place where you are recognizing that two people can look at the same thing and see two entirely different things. Two people can hear the same word and hear something that is entirely different. That must mean, then, that everyone gets to have their own personal experience of reality. And when you recognize that, then you must realize that you don't all have to agree on one reality. And if that's true, then there isn't just one reality that you all have to accept as the one true reality. And that means you can live and let live. You can let everyone else have their version of reality. And you don't have to convince any of them that your reality, the one you are experiencing, is the one true reality. That takes a great deal of responsibility off of your shoulders. You can relax. You can allow. Because what you're allowing is an aspect of Source. How big of you to allow all aspects of Source to be as they are is something that everyone must come to eventually. Acceptance is the key to moving beyond any aspect of Source reality that you do not like, that you do not prefer. Resistance truly is futile, but it doesn't mean that you're saying that you must experience that reality that you were previously resisting. It just means that you cannot deny the existence of any reality. You cannot abolish anything. Everything must be allowed to be as it is because it is all giving Source an opportunity to know itself. And what better purpose could there be for something to exist than that? Accepting your fellow humans as they are is the first step to being able to love all of creation as well. Everyone that exists right now in your reality exists as a creation of Source, and they are meant to be exactly as they are. You are meant to decide who you want to be in relationship to all of them. You can be the healer, you can be the one who forgives, you can be the one who offers compassion. You can be the one who is unconditional love. You don't have to change anything about the reality you are experiencing right now to be inner peace. That too should be a weight lifted off of your shoulders because changing the outside world is hard work. It's time-consuming. It's impossible, in fact, because you will only go to a different reality than the one you were experiencing before when you go about your reality-changing actions. So you might as well accept everything and everyone as they are. And know this to be true as well, no matter what reality you are in. You do change the level of consciousness for the collective that is sharing that reality with you. You can add more light and more love to the overall equation, which helps everyone to elevate their consciousness so they can go to the realities that they want to experience, rather than the ones they felt trapped in for so long. It's important for you to move forward with this knowledge because it's important for you to be the creator being that you really are. And you cannot be the creator being that you truly are if you think that someone or something outside of you must change. It's all source. It's all love. Be the one who realizes, and you will have benefited from everything just as it is right now. Continue to resist and shake your fist, and you will stay stuck in that reality that you feel is so unjust and should not exist. That's the way we all agreed to set this universe up, and we are just the messengers. But you know that what we are saying is true because you feel the truth within it, and it's true no matter what reality you are in. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Be more abundant and have more abundance. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are feeling very abundant at this time because we are working with so much energy and because we have so many new friends to love. We know that abundance is an important issue on your world and that you want to see a lot of changes to the system that you have in place. And it is time for these changes to come, but you still have to be patient and you still have to live in the world that you're in for right now. What can you do then to feel more abundant? What can you focus on and feel in your body, in your chakras, and in your energy field? You can feel an abundance of energy because it is all around you, and there is more coming all the time. You can feel an abundance of love because you are infinite and eternal love. You can breathe in an abundance of air and transform yourself through that very simple act. You live on a world and at a time when there is so much outside of you that is shiny, sparkly, or loud. There's so much that is trying to get your attention, and that makes it more challenging to look in your immediate surroundings and within yourself for everything that you need. You have it all because you exist and because you are all that is. But we can say that until Daniel here is blue in the face, and it won't matter unless you let the truth in. Let it sink in. Let yourselves feel the abundance of love that you are, that flows to you and through you at all times. And on top of all of that, you are very lucky because you have an abundance of people on your world that you can love. You don't have to pick and choose which ones you love and which ones you hold back who you really are from. You can love all. You can be abundant. You can be more of source with that very important decision that you can make to breathe consciously and to love more, to feel more, and to expand and become the more that you are destined to become. And you don't even have to leave your home to do this, but we do recommend that you find a nice patch of earth to connect to and ground yourself into. The earth is such an abundant being, and you have so much to receive from her. You have really just scratched the surface of what she can bring to you energetically. Do yourselves a favor and feel abundant for a little while, at least once a day, and transform yourselves and your life experience from the inside out. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. This is your job. your purpose, no matter what. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are simply enjoying watching all of you grow, expand, evolve, and ascend. We are like proud parents or grandparents watching you take your very first steps. We know that it was a lot easier for you to take your first steps than it has been for you to deal with everything you have to deal with in your lives. We know that feeling your feeling is a tall order. It's a very challenging thing to have to do. We know that being love in the face of hate isn't easy. We know that very few people there on Earth at this time would even attempt it. But we know when we are speaking to the segment of the population who knows how powerful it is to be love in the face of everything that is out there in the world, that has the love that is really shrouded by darkness. We see this as your job, as your purpose, no matter who you are, no matter what you do for a living. We see your purpose as choosing to be love in the face of all that is not knowing itself as love. Everything is source, and therefore everything you love, no matter how it looks, no matter how it's acting or speaking in any given moment. The job of the awakened Lightworker is to see the love, to feel it, to look beyond the shroud of darkness over it. That's what you're there to do. That's how you are helping. It's the most effective thing you can do to change yourself, change your life, and change your world. The only trick involved is that sometimes you have to go through your own darkness to get to it. And that's uncomfortable. That's a tall order. No one really wants to do that. But it's what you're there to do. It's what you signed up to do. And you are the ones because you are receiving this message. Not everyone even wants to receive the call to do this. Certainly this message doesn't come wrapped in shiny, alluring packing. We're telling you that it's hard to get to that place, and we know that it's hard to be willing to look at the darkness that shrouds the love, but we also know that there's nothing more satisfying, and in the end, everyone's going to do it, no matter where they are now on their journey. You just happen to be the leaders of the movement, and the movement is a movement of love. Love heals all. Love binds us all together, and love is what we are all moving towards. It is our home base. We cannot help but go there, because all paths ultimately lead to love. But when you know that, and when you know how to aim yourself in that direction, what an easier and smoother ride you have, and how much more enjoyable it is. We enjoy watching you do it, and we invite you to join us in watching yourselves and appreciating yourselves on this journey. And what a magical and wonderful journey it is. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. You have been disempowered. Take your power back. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We're pleased to connect with all of you. We've been quite fascinated for a very long time by your willingness to give your power away in this free will universe. You do not have to give your power away to anyone or anything, and you certainly do not have to give your power away to any group. But we see that many individuals are doing that, and then getting angry at whatever they have given their power away to, as if they did not have a choice. You have a choice, always. And we are here to encourage you to take your attention off of that which you believe is responsible for your lack of power, for your lack of freedom, for your lack of joy. We invite you to put your attention back on what makes you powerful as a source energy being. Your power does not come from your spiritual gifts and abilities. It comes from your ability to choose how you're going to vibrate, rather than just letting someone or something else dictate how you must feel. How a human being feels is often a mystery to the people around that person. And the mystery is usually because it does not seem as though the person's life circumstances are responsible at all for what they are feeling. You want feeling to be logical because your minds want everything to make sense, and to be predictable, but your biggest power is your ability to feel. And that ability is far more powerful than your thoughts, words, and actions. But you have been trained, and many would even say programmed, to fixate on thoughts, words, and actions. That, more than anything else, is what has disempowered you. You have been disconnected by societal programming from how you feel. You are not taught unconditional love in school, but it is the biggest superpower that you have, because if you can be love in the face of anything, then you can be in that state of full knowing that you are source energy, and source energy is everything. When you are everything, you are powerful, and yet what we see time and time again is that people are drawing a line in the sand and saying, I am not that. What they are actually saying is, I am not everything, I am not source. And if you are choosing not to be source, then you are choosing to disempower yourselves. Here's what we recommend. Discover through the living of your life what you love, and do that thing. Focus on that thing. Or love that person and focus on that person. Be love, and you have all the power of the universe backing you up. Be in judgment, and you are operating at maybe 50% of who you are as a human being. You are far, far from that source energy power when you are in judgment. Listen to your hearts, follow them, and let them expand to show you how big, beautiful, and loving they are, so that you can catch a glimpse from time to time of the power that you hold within you as source energy beings in the flesh. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. The 5 steps to creating your reality. Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are always in the space of creation, and we are aware of what we are vibrating in every moment. Therefore, we are aware of what we are creating in every moment. This is a beautiful experience for us, and it is also an experience we have not always had. There have been times in our history when we were subconsciously creating our experience of reality. But over time, we understood how to manage our vibration, and therefore we mastered the art of offering a vibration on purpose, and that changed everything literally. Becoming aware is the first step to making changes in your lives. Accepting that you have been offering and creating is the second step. Relaxing into the feeling that you are having and emanating is the third step. The fourth step is choosing what it is that you want to offer to the universe and what you want to feel in the present moment. The fifth step is finding that vibration within you and activating it. You can think of your bodies as being filled with dormant and active volcanoes. The active volcanoes can be so familiar to you that you don't even realize they are there, and the dormant volcanoes can also be a part of you that you are unaware of because you've never felt or experienced their lava before. When you accept the active volcanoes, then you can decide whether you want them to continue to be active or not. You may have an active volcano within you of love. You may be very experienced at loving other people, animals, nature, the earth, and even ETs, but then self-love might be something you've experienced very little of or none of in this life. That would be one of your dormant volcanoes that you want to activate. And you can, when you seek it out and discover that it too lies within your heart space. But if you've got an active anger volcano, and you've been angry for so long that you don't even realize that you have a choice not to be, that would be something you would want to become aware of, accept, address in the proper way, and not have active all the time. Of course, anger serves a purpose, and so you don't want that volcano to become extinct. But dormant volcanoes can be activated when needed, and they don't have to erupt and wipe out entire cities when they are activated. We hope you like our little analogy here, because a volcano is what created the island of Maui, which the channel here lives on. And in fact, he lives on the volcano, which is now dormant. It is a very good analogy for many reasons, and the earth is filled with these types of analogies. Nature teaches you in every moment if you're willing to sit quietly and listen to her and feel her wisdom. We want you to know how beautifully set up this all is for you. And we want you to know that you can get to where we are without any more uncontrollable eruptions within yourselves. We also want to thank you for being there and being willing to experience so much energy and so much emotion. And we are happy to guide you to the place where we are now, because we love to see any being becoming more aware and more in control of what they are vibrating and therefore creating. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. These channelings really focused on reality creation in particular. At the beginning, we're getting an emphasis from the Arcturians that it's okay for us to start movements, to come together as groups, that is a part of our awakening process. The Arcturians also give us very interesting advice on how to deal with negative thought trains. Many of us have had that moment where we have some crazy thought that comes up. What do you do when you have that negative thought that pops up in your head? The advice the Arcturians give here is say out loud, stop, cancel, clear, reset, and then begin again with a new stream of thought that you would want to go down, that you want to employ as your means of creating your reality. So, in the future, I want you to give this a try and put it in the comments if you have negative thoughts come up. Just try this. Just say out loud, stop, cancel, clear, reset. The next thing the Arcturians advise from these channelings is to open up your heart space, because that is where your multi-dimensional self exists. That's where your higher consciousness exists. That is what you want to run all of your energy through, being this highest version of yourself, and that comes from opening the heart space. The Arcturians are linking the heart space to the higher self intelligence that we can access. And they're emphasizing that in all realities, no matter what, you can change your level of consciousness and you can shift out of it. And when you access Source, which is who you are, that loving, powerful intelligence within you, you can broadcast that love, that source energy in every reality, no matter what. And that is the greatest service that you can offer. They talk about abundance and remind us that we can be abundant right now in anything that we want. If we sit for a moment and just enjoy the abundance of air that we're breathing, the abundance of water that we can drink, the abundance of friends that we have. When we focus on that, we will have more abundance. When we embrace the true nature of the universe that we're in. The Arcturians are also clarifying that your true purpose is to be love in the face of all that happens to you. When you have something terrible happening, or people are being hateful, or there's discordant energies in your life, if you can choose to be love in those moments, then you have found your true purpose on this planet. And they advise that you take your power back. But when they talk about power, they say, quote, your biggest power is your ability to feel, and that ability is far more powerful than your thoughts, words, and actions. But you've been trained, and many would even say programmed, to fixate on thoughts, words, and actions. That, more than anything else, is what has disempowered you. You have been disconnected from how you feel. When you learn how to feel, you access source energy and you take your power back. They also give 5 steps to creating your reality. The Arcturians have 5 particular steps. The first is becoming aware to making a change in your life. Accepting what you have been offering and creating is the second step. Relaxing into the feeling that you are having and emanating is the third step. The fourth step is choosing what it is you want to offer to the universe and what you want to feel in the present moment. And then the fifth step is finding that vibration within you and activating it. This is a wonderful 5-step model, unlike others that we've discussed through the channel. So I'm going to say it again. Becoming aware of the shift that you want to make, accepting what you have been offering and creating is the second step. Relaxing into the feeling that you are having and emanating, choosing what it is you want to offer to the universe and what you want to feel in the present moment, and then finding that vibration within you and activating it. I love it when the Arcturians teach about reality creation. It's always been slightly different and interesting. They've given us perspectives on the multiverse, on accessing timelines, and in particular, how to create realities. This, in conjunction with their teachings on Ascension, makes the Arcturian channelings very unique compared to others like Quo, is that we're getting a really full-scale analysis of our shift and our spiritual nature at the same time. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com, and welcome to The Reality Revolution.